on, guys? This is Third Perspective, your podcast, your favorite podcast. Yes, it is. My name is Matt Reed.
You already know who it is. I'm kind of like a big deal, but I'm still a big deal. The man with the voice, All Scott.
Get it out.
Comedian All Scott at that. I get paid for it now, so I'm professional. Stop playing with me.
All right.
And we got my dog.
I was working on my pageant smile.
All right, go ahead then.
This is BK, you know. I'm your man's best friend.
All right.
And I'm drinking white zombies today.
I'm drinking water today because I'm on this challenge for 2 weeks, and I can only drink water.
Only drink water. Absolutely, everyone. Hey, everyone, drink water. All right?
And mind your business.
Oh, all right, Jerry Earl.
Drink water and mind your business.
He's upset.
All
I'm
right.
not upset.
Hold on. We got to get to some topics. Just relax. But you know what it is, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. There's a lot of stuff we want to talk about. One thing we want to cover today would be about Breonna Taylor and basically their decision not to move forward with anything. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it looks like a wall is actually more precious than this African American woman's life. So that's something right there that just ain't sitting right with any of us today. I'm not going to say too much about it. I kind of want to hear my counterparts' answers and, you know, how they feel.
Pretty much for me, it's all bullshit. But to be honest, I was kind of already prepared for this.
A lot of people said that.
I was prepared to get the answer that we got from the trial, from all of this stuff. The whole verdict, I was already prepared. It's happened a bunch of times. And then not on top of that they gave the $12 million. It was pretty much a thing of, well, we gave you this money. Shut the hell up.
Basically.
We ain't giving you nothing else. We ain't locking them up. We ain't doing nothing else. $12 million, be quiet, move on. All right?
That's like complete bullshit, bro.
I mean, we know it is, but what is the norm in America when it comes to killing somebody black? We give you some money because we know it was wrong, because we give you money for wrongful death. But then we say, nobody is wrong for this death.
I mean, so when I look at the whole story, you know what I mean, and I'm gonna give you your time, BK.
Yeah, take your time. Take your time.
But really what irks me is the simple fact that, okay, boom, let's not even think, go to the police officers as, okay, murderers. Let's not even say, okay, no, you guys need to serve time. Let's go to the whole situation here. They were ordered to go to that home.
Yeah.
They were ordered. Someone said, yo, go to this house. There's a drug dealer there. Keep in mind, they already had the guy that they were looking for. So why was there some huge miscommunication that took someone's life? That's the part right there. Someone should have gotten contact with those individuals who went to that home and already stated, like, hey, no, we already got the guy. There's no need to go in there.
My thing is, was dude like selling big drugs like that or something?
They said it was petty, really.
Because he ain't had his own. They do no knock warrants for like nickel and diamond.
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
It seems like that's what it was. Because,
I mean, I know some people that be right beside me that sell heavy weed. And there ain't no knock warrant for them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not right beside, my bad. No,
Yeah.
not back on BK.
I'm not
Nobody's
a
in
drug
there.
Georgetown's going down. I think
Yeah,
he's talking back and forth.
Let me change that.
Right. I don't say that white girl. You know what I'm
Excuse me, please. Not right beside me, but some people I know out in the world. All right, out in the world.
Oh.
But yeah, like, it wasn't, I don't think it was nothing that big. And I watched the documentary and everything. The fact that we got a whole documentary
Just like that.
going over the whole case, and they figured everything out and showed where everything was wrong with all of this. Nobody got arrested still. I mean, it's pretty much the norm. They don't give a damn. We give you your money, you shut up after that. I don't care about none of that.
That's bullshit.
I gave you the money, be quiet. So, BK, how do you feel about this?
And it's funny because well, I put the camera on me.
I got you.
But I didn't even speak on this like in our chat or in my other chats because I felt so numb about the situation.
That's pretty much right.
It was not surprising. It definitely felt a level of disappointment, but it was like the constant like let downness that we get from our country, like from our society. We try to be nice and we kill us. They kill us. We try to be mean, and they kill us. We try to wear a suit, they kill us. We try to anything that we do, it's just not enough.
They love the culture, they don't love us.
And then it's like, and on top of that, you know, it's been disheartening to see like how much attention we have brought to this situation, and just to be let down again. And as a black woman, you know, it was very difficult for me to digest this, because at the same time as her situation, we had Ahmaud going on, we had George Floyd going on, and it was kind of like a conflict with black women and black men saying like, oh, well, Breonna Taylor's not getting enough attention like George Floyd, and it was, and for me it was, you know, a justice for one is justice for all. Correct. So, you know, because we just happened to catch George on camera, we need to really focus this and hone in on this. And my biggest like want from all of this was to get justice for all. And it seems as though every single time we get to another situation, they just let us down time after time after time.
It's just for all those of, you know, lighter skin complexion. I'm gonna say it that way in a nice way. So, so it's like, to me, that's the main issue, and people really truly don't understand it. Like I was actually talking about earlier, seeing someone. I try to stay away from Facebook as much as I can, but unfortunately, I need to be on social media. So with that being said, seeing the comments of like this one guy, he's talking about, oh, maybe if she didn't have an ex-boyfriend who was a drug dealer, they wouldn't be searching into her house.
An ex-boyfriend that ain't at the house.
Come on now. That's what I'm saying. It's like, so we're already saying it's a tragic accident,
right? That
this individual, this person, this woman died due to an error in police communication. Yeah. That now it's her fault still. How do you? To me, that's the part that really pisses me off. Because you think about it, that's like me saying, okay, cool, boom. So let's just say for example, you know, this nice family over here. No, you know what? I'm gonna go to this story right here. Remember about the little boy that got shot and killed?
The white kid that got shot. Yeah.
Tragic story. Should I say? But at the end of the day, maybe they shouldn't have been living there and he wouldn't have died.
Right.
Oh, now I would be looked at as, oh, you're insensitive.
You're racist. You're insensitive. You shouldn't say that. Such and such. And we're gonna get into some insensitive stuff later on too, because I got a story.
I have a white colleague that I follow, and her and I are extremely cordial. But she's a Republican, which I have no problem with because I'm independent. But she definitely is more on the like on the Trump supportive side. Yeah. And so a lot of her content that she puts on social media reflects that. And I remember with the whole situation that happened with Jacob Blake. Yeah. And you know, how he was being, you know, how he got shot and he is paralyzed now, and people were protesting that, and she made a post that said, wow, how would you feel if you saw that the person who raped you or sexually assaulted you was blasted everywhere? And I'm thinking, President Trump has over 20 allegations, court documents. Like, this is you can look this up on
the
Google.
Boy said, grab about a pussy.
With people having sexual allegations against him, and 7 of those court documents were children.
You said grab him by the coochie.
And not to put the pressure on Trump. No, we can go down to Democrats as well. So, like, for anyone in politics, for anyone to really want to say you want to make the world a better place, we never held that for the president of the United States as a standard. So I don't know what the fuck Jacob Blake was doing. Yeah. I don't know what he had going on in his past. What I do know, in that time and moment, he did not deserve to get shot.
Correct.
Period. And that's my biggest issue. The police aren't the judge, jury, nor are they the executioner. They are there to protect and serve, not to kill and demolish.
They're supposed to have training of like de-escalating a certain situation.
Right.
And it seems like some of them, it gets to they're in their feelings. Because like I was saying earlier, on my job, you know, in past jobs, I've dealt with customers that would, you know, go off on me. Now, I could just be like, yo, you better shut the fuck up.
I really
you know what I'm
could.
saying?
I really could.
I could be like
That's
that.
why I can't work a customer
You know what I'm
service,
saying?
boy.
You know, that's
I got
that's
called
straight up.
colored one time. I started to reach across the goddamn table. Don't play with me.
Right.
Exactly. So it's like, to me,
I'm one
it's
color,
like,
black as hell. Stop playing with me.
being a police officer, that's a job. We all have jobs.
Right.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, when we clock out, we're individuals. We understand that. Don't act like black people don't got family members and friends who are police officers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
In certain jobs, you don't have room to fuck up.
Right.
You don't have room to make a
Exactly.
mistake. You don't have room to do that. As a doctor, you can't fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
As a police officer, you cannot fuck up. As a judge, you cannot fuck up.
As a pilot.
As a pilot, you can't fuck up.
You
It ain't
see
no
what
mess up in
happened at
there.
the beginning of the year when the pilot fucked up.
You
okay?
can't fuck up. My thing is, police officers are not crime stoppers. Police officers are not protectors, and they're not that shit.
Mm-hmm.
They are crime responders. They are first responders, pretty much.
That's what they
Anybody can be that because we can all learn CPR.
Mm-hmm.
We can all learn all of that shit and become a first responder and not be in any of the rules.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, BREONNA Taylor worked for EMT. And somebody that gets their check signed by the same person that they get their check signed by got killed by one of them. Crazy as fuck, they don't respect each other because you black.
I mean, we've never had.
But they are
protests.
just, and I got that from, and I got that perspective from my homeboy Chad. Shout out to August 5 o'clock.
We've never
But-
had protests against the EMT.
Right.
We never had protests
with the George Floyd
against-
case, who
Right.
stood there and did nothing.
We never had protests against firefighters.
No.
So it's not that we have an issue with the system as a whole.
Yeah.
We like first responders.
It's just
What we
this-
don't like is if I run a
Bitch,
stop sign,
goddamn
I'm
you
gonna
right.
get shot in the back of my neck. That's what I want.
We
You
never
know?
had any problems with any one of them because they ain't been doing no wild ass shit. The only ones that been doing wild shit just happened to be police officers.
The ones who be doing the wild shit is the one with the guns.
The ones with the guns.
That's what.
That's
it is.
a bar.
You know what I'm saying? It's
My
like-
thing is, if you that scary, why get into the job?
Cause they be protecting the hell of themselves.
They protect themselves.
They protect themselves.
But I've seen on numerous occasions when they deal with people who are non-black, because not only white people, I've seen them
Exactly.
handle certain white people as well. But when they deal with someone who is non-black, when the person is clearly
They have no
a
tolerance.
danger, clearly, they
Yeah.
would sit there and wrestle with them. They would sit there and give them so many.
All
I'm
of
going to
that.
taser you. I'm going to taser you. I'm going to pepper spray you. And it's like,
Tolerance.
shoot that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like,
Kill him.
Right.
I mean, I saw him sneeze and I just
Kill him now.
Man is eating the other man's neck off. Kill him. Like, what?
He took your
What are we-
keys to your car.
What are we waiting on?
Shoot through the glass.
Hannibal Lecter in this
Right.
motherfucker. God damn.
Like,
But
you will literally de-escalate a zombie, but you do not know how to de-escalate black people. Got it.
That's a song.
and black people really ain't that difficult to deal with.
No.
More than likely, you pull out the gun and point it at them, they'll stop.
But it shouldn't have to get that far.
But the fact that you come with the gun out already,
It shouldn't have to get that
you ain't waste no time.
It was something that I saw. It was a video I saw recently, actually, about this lady. Long story short, police officers sitting there in the neighborhood, and this kid, he's 19 or whatever. He took a right turn. Of course, he didn't stop at the stop sign, but his house was really like right there. When I say
You
right
talking
there,
about with the mom that came
yeah,
outside?
yeah. So,
And she sit there and harass the boy?
yep, like that's
Lord.
the part right there. It's like, okay, so.
Finish the story.
Cause mom was like, yo, you're not gonna shoot my child. Like, I don't care. And when I say he literally took a right turn and then left, he parked. So people are already saying, oh, he should have listened to the police officer when she was saying, like, merge to the right. First and foremost, he probably didn't even notice
Right.
that she was behind him. Second, yes, the mom was going off. Yes, she was like, you're not going to kill my son. At the end of the day, that's your job. Just like if it was my job and something was going on, I have to be there. Unfortunately, sir, I definitely do understand where you're coming from.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. So you know where we at in America today as a police officer. You know this black lady's about to go off because she's scared
Well,
of her
hold
black child.
on, real quick. With that story, you already was about to give him a ticket. Give him the ticket and let him go.
She had a license.
You had his license, you got his registration. Give him the ticket, let him go. Why are you asking him, are you on probation? Do you have drugs in the car?
We just
Do
talked
you
about
got? He had a traffic violation. Okay, cool. He did something wrong while he was driving. Fine. I done ran plenty of stop signs, stop lights. Honestly, I run stoplights on the regular.
Don't tell him himself. He's lying.
Sometimes it happens. I ain't gonna say what I'm driving
He's in the country, y'all, when he's good and does that.
I'm flying through them. If I get the yellow, I'm trying to beat it. All right, that means speed up. It don't mean slow down.
Something gonna leave a
Third perspective. You know what I'm saying? That's my perspective on it. Anyways, he made a traffic violation. Give him the damn ticket and let him go. That's all you got to do. You ain't got to try to be no hero trying to stop the cocaine cartel movement through the black community on a random stop sign.
Yeah. And for those,
what are you trying to do? For real?
Some people gonna say, "Oh well, you know, at the end of the day, when a police officer stops somebody, it's an ongoing investigation, so no one should actually interfere in that. That's what the mother was doing." Blah blah blah. Understood. I just that's what I'm saying. Plus, when he stopped, he was on his property. He had plenty of time, and at the end of the day, even through that investigation, if she asked that, she did not get an answer. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Well, I can't go any further than that. Because I've already asked, I realize that now the mother's involved. Let me go ahead and slow this down. And be like, you know what, man?
This alone.
You know what, ma'am? I understand your concerns. I'm just gonna go ahead and write in the ticket. Write a ticket and leave. Exactly. Plain and simple. You don't have to call for backup and have 7 cops come by.
Right.
Just then some shit look like some shit about to start. Now everybody's scared.
I mean, but I don't know if y'all seen the situation that just happened, which was extremely horrific. Mm-hmm. It was 2 police officers who were trying to get this white man out of the car. Mm-hmm. He did something wrong, and they were trying to get him out of the car. He was refusing to get out of the car. He called his friend to come, and while the man was constantly saying, "I'm going to tase you, I'm going to tase you," gave him plenty of warnings, tased him, gave him plenty of warnings, pepper sprayed him, and when they were trying to arrest him, the friend came up and shot both of them, and one of them died.
Wow.
So for me,
but you got time for that?
For me, it's like, I don't understand why you can have tolerance for this situation where clearly this man was completely irate and he called people. You should have definitely de-escalated that situation. You heard him on the phone because you were talking to that man. But I remember when I was 12 years old and one time my parents left and they accidentally turned an alarm. And I went downstairs, tripped the alarm, and went back upstairs thinking, I didn't know how to work the code. Right. And so the sheriffs came, and as soon as I came downstairs, they pointed the gun at me and made me get on the floor. I was a 12-year-old girl. Well, you already know, right now, I look 12. So at the time I was 12, I was 6. Of an 8-year-old
Of a first grader.
6.5.
So, all right. We're getting a little too deep with that. Okay. So, and I was in my pajamas. And and they both had their guns pointed at me, and they made me get on the ground. And they were pointing the guns at me.
And that's trauma for the rest of your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
You no longer want to deal with police at all. Absolutely. It don't even matter it don't matter what it is. You never look safe.
Right. I have a close friend who's a police officer.
I got a couple of them, and I hate having to see them.
He's from Greensboro, and I know that one, that he takes his job seriously, that he's not a bad police officer, and that he really wants to make a change within the black community by infiltrating into the system. So I respect him for that. But what I try to explain to him is that you can't be a worker bee trying to change the queen bee. So because it's not the workers itself, it's the system that needs to be readjusted. Not the workers itself.
It ain't that all police bad. Y'all just fit a description.
Exactly.
Yeah. I got a best friend that's a police officer. Luckily, he's just in the jail. But even his terrible ones in there. And then I got another homegirl. She's the sheriff in Raleigh. We can sit here and say all day, all police ain't bad. And we know some people that's police. Yeah. But when you constantly seeing police kill black people, well, what you think gonna happen?
Yeah.
Everybody look alike when you show up with a badge.
And it surely ain't even justified. You know what I mean? A lot of these killings.
Yeah.
And not justified at all.
None. And they ain't gonna be. Because the crazy part is, even with the Breonna Taylor case, one of the dude that was doing, it was wrong altogether. The one that was doing the most wrong, shooting into a blind house pretty much, they made him leave the scene. And he was AWOL for 2 hours. As a police officer, you're supposed to stay on the scene the entire time.
Yeah.
He shot into a bedroom window that he couldn't see through. He shot into a balcony window or balcony sliding door that he couldn't see through. And then they had him leave and be AWOL for 2 hours.
And what happened, unfortunately something bad still happened.
Right.
Something bad still happened, but
Oh, he got fired for sexual harassment cases.
oh, okay.
Multiple, actually. It was multiple before. They didn't fire him. Kept being multiple.
A lot of
Then
people
they
don't
got
know.
him again.
A lot of people don't know, but that's what happens with a lot of police officers, and that's a scary thing about it. I don't want to say a lot of police officers, but the bad ones, they'll do some screw up stuff in one department, then they'll probably move
Shift it
somewhere else,
over,
go
right.
somewhere else, and then it's gonna follow them. You know what I mean? Something like that should be looked into, because now you're gonna have somebody who's gonna
Look
be,
into a sexual sexual harassment is not something we need to look into. If
Perfect segue.
if there is a allegation and it's a thorough investigation and you are without a reasonable doubt found guilty, you're done.
just let it go.
You're
Like
done.
you shouldn't be here.
If I had a child and the kindergarten teacher had sexual allegations towards kids, and it was proven that he had some type of justification in that situation, I'm not sending my child there. So it's like I don't understand
Fire
why
them right now.
I don't understand why we are so lenient with people when it comes to abuse, when it comes more often than not when it comes to women, even though men also get, little boys especially get sexually abused, and that goes a lot of times untalked about and things of that nature.
Yeah, they don't talk about
but
it.
when it comes to sexual allegations, we wait until a nigga literally like ties the bitch up, hog ties her, and rapes her and her whole family.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they could be dominatrix, but I understand.
Yeah.
Oh!
I mean, some people into
Listen, now,
that.
some people do get
Some
nasty.
people get crazy.
They be having safe words and all that wild stuff down now.
I
ain't
told
got
him I
nothing
could
to
get
do
a
with that.
little crazy.
She whole life, she ain't one freak life out here. She want everything tied up, choked till she passed out. Wild crap.
Oh my
I ain't
God.
doing that. I'm getting nothing leaving.
That happens.
My meat sauce.
I mean, it
You
does
do something
it's
like
sad,
that?
though.
I don't want no smoke.
At the end of the day, I mean, it is sad because a lot of people, that is something that's not heard about or spoken of. It's almost like we got to stay away from that. I mean, and also, I mean, while we're talking about it, especially us in the African American community, us men, we need to protect our women more. You know what I mean? We really do. And so many
Okay,
other
boom.
situations.
So, question. Because it is a thing that needs to happen. It's something that we need to talk about. What does that look like? Because I had somebody send me a post because of a discussion recently about protecting black women is more than just physically. You shouldn't cheat on them. You shouldn't do all of that stuff because that scars and hurts and all of that stuff.
Understood.
All right, cool. I get that. Because all we can do is do better. Cheating happens. Most of the time, well, not even most of the time, it takes two people to cheat. We say so much about with just the cheating part of protecting black women. If you want to throw that in there. When you have black women that are willing to be side chick. I guess my question to it is, are black women in the cheating aspect alone allowing themselves to be protected in that aspect? Like in that area, in that realm?
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily, I can't really agree with you all the way on that, because I mean, even if somebody's doing their own thing,
That's a question.
I mean, it sounded like you was trying to
I was
convince
asking,
me on
I
something.
was asking a question.
Sounded like you was trying to convince me.
If
That's
a
what I'm
woman
trying
want
to
to be
say.
a side bitch, she's
She
not
wanted
okay.
a side chick. I mean,
Sounded like he was like, clearly.
cheating is not okay. We do it, or we have done it.
Right.
But we know I ain't cheating. For me, I've cheated. I ain't cheating with no man.
No man.
I ain't cheating with no man. I ain't having sex with no man.
I mean, I hope
Okay.
not. I mean, you do you.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
you
love you
can,
regardless, cuz.
that's.
I knew something like that was coming. Everybody sensitive about the whole.
I didn't know what you were talking
love
about.
But I'm not having sex with a man,
It's
so it ain't
normal.
like I'm just going to another man and cheat on my girl. I'm cheating with another female. And somebody that's willing to do it, more than likely you're going to be able to cheat. If she's willing to be quiet also about it, all right, cool.
I mean, but
Now that's also still a choice. Cheating is still a choice.
everything's a choice.
At the end of the day, when it comes to the whole cheating thing about protecting black women, all you can do is have changed behavior. I feel like a lot of people, whether they want to admit it or not, they go through that thing to where cheating is okay to them. Cheating is fine. I can be with my girl and then go have sex with somebody else. It was just sex. I just went to go find some new dude. And then you get to that place to where it's like, all right, bro.
This is why black women have the highest rates of HIV.
I don't doubt that. I don't disagree with that.
That's fact.
But then you got women that really be on
I'm taking it in because I don't know.
But you also got women that be on some stuff like, well, he look like he doing good. He taking care of his wife. He got money. He raising the family. This look like a good man. I'd rather have a piece of him than have the whole thing. So, and they be fine with that.
My
no
thing about
problem.
that, and I'm steadfast on that issue. I don't care if the woman is okay with it, if she is fine with it, if she has no problem being a side bitch. She has no responsibility on the commitment that you made with your spouse.
Gotcha.
So, when it comes to, well, she wanted it, I don't give a fuck because I wasn't in a relationship with her. So she can want whatever. She can want this house. She can want my shoe. That don't mean I'm going to give it to her. People in hell want ice water. That don't mean they're going to get it. And if somebody does sneak and get
that
to
shit
him,
might melt before they get it.
But if someone does make it to hell to give them ice water, God will make them answer, not the people who want it.
At least you get water, though. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
So,
No.
You thirsty down there. You probably dehydrated in hell. I ain't hear that.
You can bring some Gatorade
Okay.
down this motherfucker.
But I
And I feel what you're saying.
Yeah,
bro.
I don't agree. And most of the time,
But
because
hold on, can I stop you real quick?
Wait, let me say.
Okay, you go
so,
ahead.
I've been a side chick, and it was
knowingly.
No, you're not.
Yes.
You wasn't a side chick. You were a
You got a
representative.
big hand.
I was a representative.
You were a representative.
I was
Okay.
a mistress. I like that.
You was a mistress?
I was a mistress.
Rich people got
We
mistresses.
gonna be professional about it.
Rich people got mistresses.
I was a mistress. I was a mistress.
Okay,
But
okay.
it was because I was insecure about myself and what I brought to the table, and I wanted to prove that their relationship, or he wasn't as happy in that relationship, or she wasn't fulfilling his needs because he needed someone like me. So it had nothing to do with I just want a piece of him. It had everything to do with my insecurities, everything about me. And at the end of the day, he chose to be with me. I didn't have any obligation to uphold that relationship. I didn't make that.
You knew about it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so this is my thing with it. All right. Even being an outside person, I know for me, I see a girl, and this coming from the men's side of it. I see a chick, she look good, she out here dressed nice, whatever, carrying herself well, something I'm attracted to. All right, cool. I walk up on her, I speak. She say she got a man. Even when I probably could just be talking to her, laughing, joking, whatever, and then I ask her something else, and that leads to her telling me she got a man. Out of respect for the relationship, I'm probably going to be like, nah, I can't do that. You got to do it. I feel like women have that mentality, just like you said, to where it's like, even if you do decide to be a side chick, you know he got a woman. And then you decide to be like, well, I don't hold no loyalty to that because I don't have to do right by that. I don't got to say, well, you don't need to do such and such. I don't got to tell you what rights you need to do. I'm just trying to get what I want to get out of it. I feel like that's a selfish thing, or even a thing where I just don't respect your whole relationship at all. Even if the dude coming up on me, or the girl coming up on you, coming up on me or whatever, saying something, well, I want you. I don't care about none of that. As a man, I feel like that's my place outside of that to respect it as this is their union. I don't need to do nothing to do anything to that. I feel like there's a lot of women that really be on some shit like, I don't give a fuck about that. I don't respect it at all. So I say this statement when I spoke with my brother about it. I say it all the time. People disagree with it. I don't give a damn about what you disagree with, honestly. But,
All right.
yeah, this is my perspective.
Okay.
It's pretty much men respect relationships more than women do. And I think people jump to, well, why do men cheat? That ain't got nothing to do with the whole thing, to be honest. It's more so of, if I approach a woman and she got a man, all right, cool, I'm good on it. Because I ain't about to get into an argument and I ain't about to fight over the girl.
Yeah.
Or I could be going up against something as far as in the man that I ain't prepared to go up against. I ain't about to try to get Aisha Curry knowing I got to go against Steph to do it.
A little too much, right?
I ain't about to go at Savannah knowing I got LeBron on the other side. Just because I see a fine girl, ain't no telling what she got at home.
Right.
Because she is married, she have a ring, she's in this relationship, she's happy in it probably, or if she's giving me play, she might not be, but it still ain't no telling what he got going on, what he do.
I think it's two things.
That's something I'm fighting with, and I don't know what I'm fighting with. I'm going into a fight blind. I would never wait on somebody, like if somebody says I'm gonna call my man to come. I'm probably not gonna wait there to see what comes, because I don't know what that man coming out here with.
Right. No.
So I think it's two things. I think the statement would be men respect other people's relationships.
Yeah.
More.
Cool.
More than.
So it might be the wording.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Because I can agree to that, but you can't say that men respect relationships. Period, more than women.
Right,
if
so
men are the ones cheating on
got
their
you on
relationship.
that. Got you on
so
that.
I can agree with that, because how you can respect another player, how you say, you know, I see Steph Curry and I see what he has going on. And I can respect that. So I can see his territory, and that's like, you know what, he's holding everything down. With women, because we're so competition driven, because there's more women than there are men, we say, okay, I see that's a good man, so how can I take her spot? That's how we see it. So that's the difference between a man respecting a relationship and a woman respecting a relationship, because at the end of the day, you can't get Ayesha Curry because she ain't cheating on her man. You see what I'm saying? Like,
even though she want her anyway.
Now,
But hold on, that's a lie. That's a lie. Listen here. If I can get Ayesha.
But my thing about it is,
Sure would.
I didn't agree with
Sure.
Ayesha like saying what she said. But that, first of all, when she said she wanted attention, Ayesha's DMs, I would put my last dollar on it, is flooded by regular niggas. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
So if you not on the, that's how women think. When I say I'm not talking to nobody, I want somebody to talk to me. I have niggas that's in my DMs. I have
somebody on your level.
Right. I want someone who catches my attention.
Yeah.
And
That's
how
a
women
fact
do.
though.
Instead of
We
men
know
thinking
that.
like, right. So like when she said, I want a man to give me a compliment, she wasn't talking about the ballet. She was talking about LeBron James. You know what I'm saying?
This is the point where I bring a counterpart up, because we had this conversation that we talked about as far as like with women that dealing with certain caliber of women.
Right.
There's certain caliber of women that you deal with or that you want to deal with, certain caliber of women that you just had sex with. Certain things I go for, certain things I don't go for. Certain things women go for, certain things women don't go for. Seems to be funny that it's so many women that go for toxic shit.
Yeah.
And they love toxic shit.
Big facts.
That's a fact.
They respond to toxic shit.
That's a fact.
But the nice nigga,
Hey guys, how's it going?
hey, how you doing? I think you're so beautiful. I think you're such and such. I just want to do this and that. He won't cheat on her. It ain't no ounce of that he'll cheat on her. And he probably can't dress worth a fuck. But it just be like that. And women do that shit. My boy Dylan, me and Dylan talk about this toxic shit a lot. Just on the fact that looking for certain things, being around certain women, seeing what toxic shit they respond to, posting certain things that you get DMs about all the time, you get such and such, and it creates conversation.
Right.
Even with and that also comes into protecting the black women thing, because it's like you drawn to toxic shit, you drawn to bad shit, but you want to say don't do certain things because that don't protect a black woman. But when you go to it and it keeps happening, what the fuck you trying to what image are you trying to put off for you?
Can I say something?
You can say something, brother.
Can I say something? All right, I'm gonna look at it this way. First and foremost,
Dylan, you got to bring your ass on camera in a minute. I don't know where you going. Do we do light, black?
First of all, I'm black. Don't ever try to fucking play me.
Say light. You're lighter skin.
But don't try to make it seem like
you about to get cut. You about to get cut.
don't motherfucker play me.
You about to get cut.
Like I
All right.
Go ahead, man. What would you say?
I'm gonna say it like this.
Are we into the toxic thing now? But that good.
We're going toxic. We're going in protecting our women as well.
would. Okay.
Because this is how I feel.
And welcome Dylan to the show anyway.
Come on in.
Come on, Dylan.
Talk
Before
every
back
day.
say the point, because I want you to speak on this too. We switching sides. I don't know.
It don't matter.
I think we good then. We good where we at.
Okay.
We got a white boy. I'm just playing.
The audacity.
I'm not invited to the cookout, but I made it on the podcast.
Big fast.
I'm not giving you.
All right, before I forget this, we going there. Samantha, what's happening?
Sam.
What's going on?
going on?
I'm listening.
All right. At the end of the day, and talking to the African American men out there, the black men, we have to be better leaders in a situation like this. The reason why I say that is because we always talk about, let's keep it on, especially when in our guy groups, we talk about how women this, that, and the third. That's the bad stuff we talk about. We always talk about.
Don't you put us out there like
no,
that.
so,
All right, Steve Harvey.
You put us. All right, Steve.
let me tell you what this was.
Meanwhile, I'm taking notes. Okay, the nigga said
Right.
But at the end of the day, we have to hold ourselves responsible for everything that happens. You know, we want to be the leaders. We want to be the one that she looks to when maybe she's like, I'm undecided on this, and try to help guide because you want to be that person there for her. I understood. But in a situation like that, if you are, let's say you're a single man, you run up on a woman who says, I have a man. If she says that and you say, okay, boom, I respect that, keep it moving. If she comes back at you and say, no, boo, boo.
I'm about to say shit. She come back out and knock it down.
No, that's
knock her head off. She come back. You don't respect her.
No.
All right, cool.
Because at the end of the day,
we can take that one back then.
It's two things that can happen in a situation like that. At the end of the day, she can respect that just because you said stop. And hell, if she wants to, she's about to get a lesson. Meaning, no, you don't need to do that to yourself, sister. That's the part right there.
I'm about to put it on you.
I see.
I
see. But that's the part right there.
Put that maple in you.
Our mental has to change.
What?
I'm going to ignore that.
Anyway, see the maple tree, the thing thick. All right.
Well, anyway, at the end of the day, our mental has to change the way that we are thinking, because if we want to be leaders, we have to lead. Right. And in a situation like that, that's a part where you have to realize that your mental, like, whoa, no, you know what? I'm not going to go that far. I'm not going to do that. She's not going to do that to herself. Tell her something that will give her respect for herself and her relationship. Tell her if it seems like that, like you really want to get at me. Why? What's the issue? What's the problem in your relationship? Talk to him. I don't care if you want to.
So that's my thing.
Even though I agree with Matt wholeheartedly, what will happen?
Go ahead. Go ahead. I think you're going right where I'm about to go.
You trying to explain? Cause I'm gonna keep it real.
It could be my second thing I'm thinking, but
I'm
it is.
But
let her go.
What I will agree is definitely stop her in the tracks and say, hey, this is not right, and whatever issues you have going on, you need to fix it. Don't try to talk, because all that's going to do is start the waterworks, and it's like, he listened.
That's
that part. That's the part I was thinking. I was like,
She going to want you a whole lot more because you did it.
But definitely, I agree with you when it comes to what I define black men protecting black women is just being the leaders that you want to be. And I completely understand we can go down a list of things that black women do wrong, and I'm not here to defend those wrongs. There's a lot of things that we need to work on, but when it comes, if the subject is black men and what you can do to protect us, one, it's being supportive of when we are put in the limelight. And a lot of times, like, I know me and Arlington was just joking when my brother came in and was like, oh, like, Scott, it's fucking hilarious. And I'm like, well, you fucking hilarious. You know what I'm saying? But that is black women. We are so ready to protect y'all. We are so ready, and it feels like, I'm not going to say it is, but it feels like black men doesn't do the same when it comes to different situations. And that's all we want. Like when it could be
jump
something.
into it like that.
Yeah.
Right.
And when I'm saying it's fine for you to say that. You know what I mean? Like, because that's what a lot of black men need to understand.
Like, I remember when it was like for some reason, it was black women against white women, and they were talking about like how it was like something about like white women are taking the black men, and they were saying like, oh well, black women should stop wearing weaves. Y'all just want to look like white women. And then I've seen like a whole bunch of black men comment like, well, y'all do wear weaves, and it's like, bro, even if the fuck we do, which we don't, because if you look around Africa, and which is the mothership of this whole fucking world, black women put so much shit in their fucking heads, and they're black women who naturally go blonde, grow blonde out of their fucking heads.
Absolutely.
And every other race came from a black woman.
Exactly.
You would see that we aren't manipulating anything from any other race. But even if we are, like, protect us. Like that's all that we had.
That's the part right there.
Yes.
So,
That's the
even
part
with
right
that, we had a comment one time, we talked about it last episode, also about white men being more, what was it?
Affectionate.
Gentle.
Affectionate.
White men being more gentle than black men. We happen to have a white guy who enjoys and loves and speaks about and protects. And my view from what I've seen in him since I know him, he protects black women, he
That's
stands
a
up
fact.
for black women, talks great about black women, all of that stuff.
That's a fact.
Dylan, how do you feel as far as like how black women are seen, protected, taken care of, all of that stuff coming from your perspective?
Tell the truth.
Don't be different on here now.
I ain't gonna be different on here. Mine's different because I don't really pay attention to what other people are doing. I do the best that I can do. I can't be worried about what Tom, Dick, and Harry doing. Like, and I've learned later.
That's a white person comment.
Right, that's a real white people shit.
I was like, trying to figure out who the fuck that was.
I don't know who Tom. My daddy named Tom, but I don't think he's talking about him.
That's a white people shit. It is what it is. But like, I don't know. Like, I don't get it from. I don't watch. Like, oh, I saw somebody treat somebody a certain way. Now I'm gonna do it. Like, I just treat people respectfully. Like, I feel like I don't do it because she's black or because she's white. I do it because she's a woman, or I do it because that's my homeboy. Like, you just respect people for who they are equally. Like, it didn't have to be what they look like or where they're from. It's just you treat somebody how you want to be treated is an easy way to start.
I look at it like in a situation. I'm gonna say if I was a white guy right now.
That's hard to see.
It's hard to be a white guy today.
Hard to feel like you're in a white guy's
Damn
position.
it,
It's
MJ
hard-
did
it's
it.
hard to be a
Damn,
white guy
MJ,
today.
Michael Jackson did it.
So Michael Jackson did it, you can do it too.
Well, he turned like he started to look like a Puerto Rican white lady or whatever.
I don't know what it was.
But that's my boy.
Yeah, the white woman.
I ain't started listening to Michael
It was
Jackson.
weird. It was like he's Puerto Rican too. I don't know. It was confusing. But anyway, like if I was deep in the culture and I was, Caucasian skin or whatever you want to call
Say
it.
white. It's okay.
You said white.
You can say
I was like,
it's alright.
Matt be trying to be different around.
If I was
white
a paler toned,
I don't want anybody to feel
Anglo-Saxon.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. Anywho, I would just feel like, from what I've maybe seen on TV, videos, movies, that at a lot of the times you will see that it's like, yo, we are, degrading our women. You know what I mean? And I say that because I see that as a black man. Don't get me wrong. When I was younger, you love that stuff. You know what I mean? You love it. But
This bitch got a fat ass.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
shit cool to say.
yeah,
But then you realize you ain't gonna have to sexualize her like that, to be honest.
Exactly.
And
You could have enjoyed her body.
what's most annoying about this situation is like then, like even when it comes to hip hop, how the bulk of it, when it comes to black women in hip hop, we have been so objectified and so over sexualized by black men. When we find the confidence to say, you know what, like I do have wet ass pussy. Y'all like, oh, this is too much. Like
I can't
think
believe
I'm like, I
They're
can't believe.
trying to make you put a cap.
Yeah, and it's like you're trying to put a cap and saying that we're objectifying ourselves. We didn't say put this wet ass pussy on everybody, or you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna steal with this wet ass pussy, or I'm gonna kill with this wet ass. I just have wet ass pussy, and I want to caution you that you need a bucket in the mouth. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not to caution you.
Like I want to
Public
make sure
service announcement.
Like,
You know what I'm
BK
saying?
said she come with a warning.
When
Here's a
BK
list.
said, you got that rap,
BK said it's a waiver.
get your
You
rings
gotta sign
on,
a waiver.
boy.
You got to sign up for this. You got
You
to
need
get
to
your
know
permission
ahead
to
of
sign.
time. Cause I ain't going for the 30-second two pumps in the drink.
Yeah,
She gonna bring it up.
It's like
If you embarrass yourself, it's on you for that.
Thank you for participating in the WAP program.
You may now exit the left off the right.
Stay there.
And you
Like
won't
put
be
down a
back.
down payment. It's
And you won't be back. All right.
And so it's like when we have songs like "Wait Till You See My Dick" and like
Mo Dick talking about
freaking.
pussy.
I mean, I can't even think about a whole lot of hip hop songs without thinking about sex and men talking about how
Well, men
we
talk
want
about it,
women
then
to
women
do
do.
this and do that, and I want this skinny bitch to fuck, whatever. So it's like we want when we want to create solutions in the black community, don't start with the black women doing wrong. Because the black men created the environment for it. That's what I'm saying.
That's
So
what
it's
BK
like,
said. But like just like BK said on one of the iHeartRadio WDRB meeting, when she said something on them, she said she was like, men fund all of this. We fund the strip clubs. We fund putting all the black women in the videos.
We the leaders that lead them wrong.
We lead them into it.
Right.
And as far as us being leaders, we were meant to be there.
Right.
As man alone, if we go in Bible.
If we go in period,
If we
men,
go in
men
just
are
Bible,
naturally stronger than
we were
women.
given,
Y'all are more logical than
we
women.
were given rules also.
You have a natural ability to lead. Not saying women can't lead.
Right.
Not saying that.
Right.
What I'm saying is men literally, we yearn for your leadership. And that's
You can get any woman to follow you to be
Yeah.
honest if you lead the right way.
when
It don't
you
matter who
find
it
an independent, quote unquote, bitter woman, it's because she's been scorned by men. It's because she's been belittled by men because the man either didn't have enough confidence in his leadership or he just didn't know how to lead at all. And so what I'm asking for black men is if you want to lead, give us a leader to follow.
And can I say this real quick? For all those who are watching and believing that when we're saying we're leaders and we lead, it doesn't necessarily mean we're saying, oh, we're in control of everything. We're not saying that at all.
If you need somebody else on your team, playboy, you can't lead everything and do everything by yourself.
Exactly.
Jordan ain't win none of the rings by himself.
A coach ain't a coach if he ain't got a team.
That's a big fact because you're just a nigga standing
How
there saying stuff.
how do you know that you're doing something right if you ain't got anybody to give you that input at the end of the day? You know what I'm saying? If my wife don't tell me, well, maybe we should do this, maybe we should do that, and I can't communicate back to her, well, if we do this, it's a possibility, but this could happen.
The best leaders have been followers first.
Exactly. Every single time.
Exactly.
That's the thing. You can come into the relationship with your girl and not be fully together. I think men, like, a lot of us do like to wait until we like, well, I need to have my money together, and I need to have my such and such together. That ain't always the case. Sometimes it might be. Sometimes
Bitches
for
love
you,
to shoot with you in the gym.
Exactly.
Bitches love to shoot with you in the
they
gym.
love to shoot with you in the gym. They love to. They love to because a lot of them don't like to be in a place to where they got to do. Where they don't like to be in a place to where they need to do everything for you. They don't want to do everything for you.
And I mean,
They'll take you at your lowest and help you build.
Right.
She will help you build. And then when you get there, she know, all right, cool, my job done.
Okay.
I can chill now and be taken care of.
What Mary J say? I was your lover and your secretary.
Come on,
Secretary. She was country as hell. It was
What?
secretary.
She was doing the work for that nigga.
Secretary.
She was doing the work.
Big facts.
just to get you where you
Okay.
Just to get you where you need to be. I
But
mean,
the toxicness, what you and Dylan were talking about.
they love that shit.
Speak on it. I want to hear
They
what y'all
love
got
it.
to say.
This is the thing. When it comes to the toxic shit, Dylan, you go ahead and talk to it. Talk
Right.
about it first, brother.
Listen,
We had a
I
conversation
want
about
to
it.
hear what Dylan got to say about toxic.
We want to hear
me.
Dylan more because Dylan ain't had that much time and we getting low on time.
Right.
I'm just listening today.
Nah, damn that.
Now we're talking about in the gym that you can't
Exactly.
like, you got to if you're not ready to be in a committed relationship and engage yourself, you got to be done. Don't have no real conversation with a woman. Like you can't offer any type of articulate conversation without being ready to be wifed up. Like if you ever want to see a woman propose to a man, have an articulate conversation with her.
Big facts.
So does that mean that women like toxicity, or is it because we deal with so many bad men all the
No,
time?
that means women
when we
respond.
see a good man.
You trying to flip it, I get it. But no, this is
Ain't
what I'm
I trying to
stopping.
flip it,
This is
but
what I'm
it's
stopping you
like-
at with that. This is what I'm stopping you at with that. It don't even matter about, like, if the nigga can be the best dude ever. If he don't got that little shit with him, that little edge with him, most
Y'all
women
like
don't go
that
for
shit.
him. Russell Wilson ain't been nobody's goal. Before Sierra. Ain't never been nobody's goal.
Facts.
But everybody loved the fucking Future.
Facts.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you remember when we was talking about
That's
the whole
why you already
comparison?
know. If Future
We talking about the whole comparison.
opens up the list of having baby mama.
Exactly. That's the thing.
Future is zaddy and
Yes.
Russell is like, oh, he's cute.
Right.
Exactly.
That's what it
That's
is.
the thing.
Russell is daddy.
The perfect, the perfect
Future
man,
is daddy.
the perfect man for most women is a Russell Wilson with Future tendencies.
Yeah.
Because they want that shit to where
A
it's
good
like,
man. A good
they
man.
want Russell Wilson, but they want Future shit in it.
Yeah.
Because they don't want that boring nigga that's always, you're so beautiful.
Right.
You're the love of my life.
And you-
But
You're such
neither-
and such.
but neither do
But they
men.
need that little.
Neither do men. Men do not. We've talked about this. We've talked about how men have no issue with dating great women. They can date great women all the time and say, oh, well, she just wasn't the one. Like, yeah, she's beautiful, she can cook, she can clean, she has a PhD, and she can suck dick, but I just was not ready to settle down. And then when they are ready to settle down, it's like, oh, okay, well, great, you know.
All right.
So
now, this is where I'm gonna clean that part of it up.
Okay.
You got women that got all that shit, right? Or most women that got this stuff to where it's like she got the PhD, she got the good job, she independent, she doing all of this. She ain't fucking you like you said she is. Most of the time, she just don't. She got them little things to where it's like, well, I'm gonna be this kind of woman, and then I'm gonna have these morals, and then I'm gonna not give him this and that.
and what do you think good dudes are doing? They're not fucking like
Exactly. That's why y'all don't fuck with them.
So what do you
That's what I'm saying.
What's
if you can't have both them mixtures,
Listen.
ain't nobody really going like that.
What's homegirl name from Atlanta Housewives that dated the guy? Like she dated the guy that was in prison and married him.
Sheree? Oh, you talking about Phaedra?
Yeah, I think that was her name. Like
Phaedra,
that's
yeah.
a prime example. Like,
Right.
girl, you got
all of this, but it's at the end of the day, it comes. No matter how good a man is, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that even for me, I don't like. I'm not gonna say I like, but I attract or I'm attracted to toxic men because I have a lot of things I need to work on. But like,
Slide that in.
if you aren't meeting my needs, if you cannot have good sex, if you cannot understand that I
She
don't,
only asked for good sex.
right,
No.
The boy now.
right. Okay, Dylan. Alright. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
But it's like, for me as a woman, it's not about what you think is good for women. It's about meeting what I need. I don't need a man that's overly affectionate. I don't like that. That has nothing to do with my baggage. That has nothing to do. I don't like that. For me, I've been used to a man who has priorities set. I need you to be busy. I need you to be working on goals. And let me build up my priority list, build up on your priority list. Let me show you why I'm worth. If you are always calling me, that tells me that you have nothing else going on.
Bitch, you bored.
Like, you're doing nothing.
Bitch,
And
you
for
was
me,
bored.
my perfect relationship, I don't want to, one person works at, this regular job and I work at my regular job and we come home and I want to build an empire. That's what I want. And men just feel like, oh, because I have a good job and I can do this and I can do that and other men out here are shitty that, oh, well, you should just supposed to settle. And that's me settling.
Right.
How many times in your life has your feelings changed, if that makes any sense?
Feelings change in what
The
aspect?
type of man you were looking for.
So I'm gonna say it this way. I've in a sense I have information. I'm gonna say it that way. That maybe at a certain age or a certain period in your life, I'm gonna say it that way. That sometimes things can shift.
Right.
So for example, you may be saying this right now, like I prefer a man with priorities. Once he gets to a certain level, then you want the priorities may change. For example, you may want more time all of a sudden.
Yeah.
You may fall deeper in love with that individual to the point you want all of their time. The reason why I'm saying that's kind of like for example, even in my relationship, my priorities, because I'm with my wife for a long time, like we was met in college. So in college, my priority was schoolwork. Right. I gotta get this done. Gotta get this done.
I wish I was like that.
And
I was out here drinking and fucking. I mean, partying and playing some football.
Hopefully safely.
But I'm just saying,
Sometimes. I ain't like to you.
Wrong, no.
it's like, after a period of time,
Hey, pull the clothes up dry.
it's what?
Don't worry about it. Go ahead.
It's like after a period of time, she wanted more time. And just to, put it in that perspective, I've spoken with, older gentlemen to where they told me like, me and my wife was doing this, blah, blah, blah. And the next thing you know, they're getting divorced because I'm sorry, the energies.
Right.
The energies
You
with-
bouncing.
I'm sorry. You messing
You
with
like
me.
this?
All right, don't mess with my cat.
But I'm saying though, they told me, and at one point in time, everything was good. They could work, wife was happy, blah blah blah. Then it came a certain point in time where it all just changed, where she's like, I want more time.
Right.
He couldn't provide them more time.
Right.
Divorce.
So I think when I say I want to be made a priority.
Mm-hmm.
I want to show you why I'm valuable in your life. So
Mm-hmm.
at a certain point, of course, when I first meet you, I want you to be focused on everything that you have in your life and your goals, because I'm not a focal point. I haven't proved to you why I should be valued in your life. But once I prove that, yes, then other things when I move up on the list, other things can be pushed down on the list. So yes, when I want more time from you, you understand it's because I know what you have going on in your life. I know where I can add value. If you need to work on whatever you have going on, know that I'm gonna get in the fucking mud with you and do that work. So when I say I want fucking time from you, it's because I know I'm gonna help you reach those fucking goals. You see what I'm saying? Like,
I trust you. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I needed you to extend that.
I don't need you to be the same man I met.
Because a lot of men ain't gonna get that. They
Right.
gonna think,
One thing I've
I
recently
can work
heard-
then. And then now realizing,
once
you deep in a relationship, once you get your,
But
once you meet
get
your goals.
right,
All right now, motherfucker.
right,
I'm moving some shit up.
right.
But I know I've heard something recently or whatever. And I mean, it's kind of like something I've heard before, but it was pretty much when you commit to somebody, you got to commit to 5, 6, 7 different people. Meaning, this person is going to change.
Yeah.
When you met your wife in college, she wasn't who you know now. You weren't who she met.
Right.
Yeah, BK, we got you late here.
Right.
But you got to commit to them people. It's different times. It's different time periods. It's different everything. Those people change. They evolve. They better be, because if they ain't, why we together? Why we dealing with each other? But I know I've had a conversation recently to where it was like this person saying, "Well, all men are trash until I find somebody that ain't trash." You going into it like that, you ain't gonna never be happy for one.
Exactly.
You always gonna be lonely. You always gonna.
Putting that in the
And the thing is, you put that out all the time. You disrespect men all the time, but then want somebody to respect you.
And what does that
And
say
then
about
decide
you?
that you get treated.
You fucking with trash.
Right. You constantly doing that. So everybody that you deal with is trash?
So why you fucking trash?
Or
That
maybe,
makes sense.
you just trash.
Listen, you gotta think about it.
Maybe you trash.
You gotta think about
Look, everybody you dealt with was trash.
Who's in every relationship you've been in?
Listen,
You the only person ever.
You're the only one in all.
You the only person. Everybody else changed, but you still there.
Right.
You fucking trash too.
At the end of the day, we all can go to any grocery store. You can go to Walmart, you can go to Whole Foods.
Come on now, talk your
Come
talk.
on now.
But when you get in there, you pick your own plate. Alright, you got all the groceries in the
Come on
world you
now.
can pick through.
You pick
Okay.
everything.
Anything.
Anything.
You got, listen,
It's
you got those
definitely-
nasty little frozen food you can go ahead and get, but you could go ahead
And get
and,
the fresh
and
fruit.
pick some fresh fruit,
Right.
veggies,
They
and
need a
whip
little
that
bit
bad
of
boy.
work though.
But that's my
That's
thing.
gonna-
That's too
Exactly.
much work. Come on now.
That's my thing. But that's my
You
thing.
get quick, you'll
If you
get
saying
shit.
everything trash or whatever, but you putting out trash to them, you calling somebody that you're dealing with trash, and you calling somebody that you're dealing with less than or whatever, or you talking down to them. What makes you think they're gonna go out of their way to give you anything that you want?
Right.
What makes you think without you showing them anything that they're gonna want to be there for you or want to do such and such? They're not gonna want to just because you're a woman. That don't mean listen. Just because you're a woman, that don't give you the golden pass to have everything given to you, every respect given to you. Yes, we gotta protect you. We gotta do such and such. We gotta do this and that. Yes.
Yeah.
But it's also,
I give it
like
back.
Dylan said, treat others the way you want to be treated.
Absolutely.
How you gonna treat somebody like shit and then tell them,
Treat me like a queen.
huh?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with
You
that.
gonna use me, you gonna talk to me any kind of way, you gonna call me any kind of name, but then want to be treated
At
like a
the,
queen.
at the end of the day, you
That
in a
makes
catch,
sense.
sis. You just a throwaway. We just gonna throw you back in the ocean.
That's what's
I've
gonna happen.
always-
Oh, you got catch? I hate that. All right, whatever. Don't worry
You,
about it.
you don't bite the bait. I'm fishing.
Yeah.
I'm not even running across you. I'm not
But
even
then when
running
you
across
start dealing with somebody, the crazy part is when you start dealing with somebody else after them, and you do all these things for them, you do everything that they're asking you for. Oh, he ain't shit because he couldn't do that for me. Oh, well, he gonna do whatever he did with me with them. Then you try to talk down on the other girl. That's the crazy part to me. You talk bad to the other girl because he giving her
What you want.
everything that you wanted, but she loved him the way that he wanted to be loved, or the way that you wanted to see yourself be loved.
Gotcha.
You put these things out there. You spoke life into him. You breathed air into him. That's what women bring to us.
But you been there, bro?
Yeah, he been there.
Okay.
Boy,
So
listen.
we ain't gonna talk about it.
We ain't
We
gonna
ain't
talk
gonna talk about it. That's for another time.
Been in the
But
trenches, boy.
does anyone have any last words or anything? Because we're about to close this bad boy out.
Well, for me, on this topic. We all got our looks, our outlooks, our everything on these whole situations as far as like with the police, with the protecting black women, with the taking care of ourselves, all of that shit, right? It's real simple. Treat people like how you want to be treated, or treat them better than that.
Mm-hmm.
Respect yourself and respect other people. You will get that shit back.
Right.
Whatever you put out, you will get back. So be mindful of what you say to people.
Mm-hmm.
Be mindful of what you do to people. Love who loves you. Love yourself also.
Mm-hmm.
Love yourself first, because you can't love shit else until you love you, because you can't give out something that you ain't giving yourself.
Come on now, Reverend Thomas.
You feel me? Boy, that was
And make sure you sprinkle a little toxicity.
little dab
Just a
of
little bit.
little dab of
Just a little
toxic
bit
from
because they
the
love
boy
it.
this.
Just because they love
And
it.
just to piggyback,
Go ahead and get it.
just to echo what Reverend Scott said.
Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's all about taking accountability. You know,
Big fucking facts.
even when I've dealt with men who I felt like were super trash to me, I've always taken accountability. Bethany, you allowed yourself to be with them. You allowed things to go on. You didn't listen to signs. And even if I've been toxic to others, I have also had to take accountability for that. So I think when it comes to black men protecting women, when it comes to women, you know, allowing people to lead or being submissive, or everyone's playing a certain role, take accountability before you try to tell someone else how to run their job better than they can. So like, you know, I can't tell black men how to be a black man. I can tell them how it feels to me.
Yeah.
I can tell you how, you know, what you're doing, how it affects me. I can't tell you how to be a black man, nor can you tell me how to be a black woman.
Mm-hmm.
So I think once we come to that common ground and say like, okay, we need to see what we can do to fix ourselves to be better, instead of saying what can the other person do to fix themselves to make me feel better.
Exactly, because you
So-
can't control nobody else but yourself.
Right, and white people.
And like
But
But nah, man, hey,
everything
it's
ain't
comedian-
everybody. I'm okay.
Comedian All Scott, we got a lot of shit going on. Merch is coming.
Yes, sir.
Merch is coming.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, start saving your $5 every day or whatever.
Budget.
Get that merch, dog.
How much
Budget.
is it?
We need y'all to get this merch. We want y'all to be a part of the family too. So
Absolutely.
get that merch, dog. The
All
merch
right.
is in the making.
That's big right there. Once again, you tune into Third Perspective, your podcast, your favorite podcast.
I am.
You
wanna
are
say
who?
your name?
Oh, I thought
We
you were
gonna,
about
you
to say
already
it.
said that shit. You go ahead.
My name is Mac Reed.
I am the man with the voice, All Scott, baby, comedian extraordinaire.
I am BK, your man's best friend.
I ain't got no fancy name. My name is Dylan Paradise.
Shit, how that ain't a fancy name? The boy last name Paradise.